changes, so if anyone wants to post it. Okay. There is also a request on forums for a server-side application to audit character for combat readiness. I don't know if that's really a necessity server-side. If you want to do something like that, I know there's Mudlet allows nice plugin system, people's scripts. I know Mush has plugins. It sounds more like a player script to me, so I don't see really need to implement that. We will implement stuff like the power log summary. I implemented that after a few requests, and I think that's been awesome. I got a lot of positive comments for the power log summary. So if there's similar things, we like coding stuff like that. What about the damage type amount config option? I'm not sure. It's doable theoretically. I'm not sure about it though. The other issue is immersion when it comes to logs of damage pluses and minuses. So and that isn't my level of a call. It's on other IRE games. It's codable though. What any chances of Aqua's getting a role again? Please tell me what you mean. A role in if you're saying Aquas are underpowered, you can go into a little more detail. They want them not to suck. Okay. I wasn't aware Aquas sucked. I do realize that we changed the meld, the way the melds worked about 6 months ago, I think. So abilities like currents aren't as powerful as they used to be. But I don't think they were nerfed other than that. We did just boost preserve, if I remember right, so it knocks you off purgative balance. Okay. Well, was there another question? What are the chances of adjusting ephemeral essence cost for the powers? There's a chance, but I haven't heard a lot of complaints about the cost since we redid them last. So, if you have suggestions, Zenthos just made a thread, and you can post them in there. Bring back 400 room domains. I'm sorry. I don't think that's going to happen. Any chance to get a command that'll show the total and summarized number and type of DMP? Be more specific on that. Like if you type def, like it'll show your DMP, or what do you mean? Like that we have defs. Okay, so you mean like you can type a DMP command and it'll list like, you have 10 DMP from X ability, that sort of thing. That's a neat idea. The only issue with stuff like that is because of the way the game is coded. It wasn't coded anticipating something like that. When we did first aid, we had to redo all of the affliction coding. Not really from scratch, but especially diagnose. Everything had to be redone from there, just for first aid. So any change like that would probably require just as much work. But I know how useful it is. I know exactly why it would be useful, because you could be able to see like, oh, I'm getting 10 DMP from this ability, or 20 DMP from this ability, which is nice. Any chance Guardians will get something better than Cosmic Fire? Well, for bashing, you have a symbol. For PvP, I don't know if Guardians are really the best damage killers out there, so you might have to rely on your tertiary skills for that. Let's see what we got. Take a few more. Can envoys be given the ability to change ABs? No. I'm sorry. We're not going to allow that. If there's an AB issue, there's a special slot in the bug queue. When bugs get classified, by the way, when it says classified, it's in maybe one of 10 slots. We have different priorities for regular code bugs. We have help file bugs. We have AB help bugs. We have typos in the code, bugs that may not be bugs, maybe by design, but are slotted there just for review. So we have a whole bunch of those. Druids are pretty lackluster at the moment. They're stuck on SAP reliance. Right. SAP. It's the same Druid SAP issue. As far as I know, we're not reviewing Druids anytime soon, but if you have suggestions for how to make Druids a little less bad out of domains, you can submit that. But right now, I don't believe you're reviewing Druids right now. So, thank you. Let's see. Any chance of expanding undead influencing now that there are more orgs around who cannot influence undead? I have no idea. it's a possibility. And I mean, there are abilities that I know allow you to influence undeads, like the Crow Cloak. And I remember there were players who were not in Glomdering who happened to run around with some of those. So I know that's possible. Okay. Nature psionics. I don't believe we're adding psionics for communes. Okay. Yeah, I'm just seeing a lot of chatter here. Additional questions? I did answer on an influence. At this present time, I don't believe we're expanding it, but I won't rule out anything in the future. We can always add something like that at a later point. What's Adventure like out of character? Pretty cool. How about a custom prompt? The problem with custom prompts are they are notoriously server-side intensive, like incredibly. If you had let's say you had a server-side prompt where it was a string and I don't know, let's make it %H was your hit points, and you could make whatever string you wanted. Imagine having a system for every player in like CMUD running at the same time on the same computer. It would be very intensive. Not the same level of triggers, but it would be very intensive. So custom prompts just use a lot of server intensive resources. It might happen in the future, but as of right now, I don't believe we're doing a custom prompt. And you can also code that client side. Singing may happen later. Can Shuyin be in Special Envoy? Isn't Shuyin an envoy right now? Are we looking into improving first aid? Sure, if you have suggestions for first aid, throw them out. We are always looking to improve first aid. I'm really glad we coded that. First aid has been amazing. It's literally a server-side system. So it's really good. I love first aid. And he's not an envoy. Oh, sorry. Stable roster? Question mark. What is stable roster? First aid, welcome to the world of command spam. Miniature stables. What's the issue with stable roster? It looks like a command, but if you have something to do with that. Okay, well, if it doesn't work, please submit a bug for it. I'm not familiar with it personally, but you did bug it a while ago. Then it's in the queue. I'll mark it down to make sure that's being put in by the right person. Stable roster. Yeah, if it is an artifact issue, then that gets bumped up. Okay. Kishio, what is a delete system message? If you can explain that. Do you mean like a delete all messages? Do you mean open? Oh, you want a command to delete, to go through your messages and clear out all messages sent by the system. So your vial's decayed, your flower pot decayed, or your flowers decayed rather. But flower pot decayed, that's a problem. So, yeah, we can look into that. That seems pretty nice. It seems like a very nice utility thing. So I'll add that to the list. But there is all del message. There is also del message all, so you can delete all your messages at once. So delete messages sent by system. Yeah, we can look into that. It may be possible. I'm just not too familiar with the message code, so we can look into it though. I'm not familiar with the messaging system that Achaea uses. If you want to tell me what features they have, also. Okay. Any more questions, guys? and I don't have any Halifax Gaudigoch Bard hints to tease you with. Do I get to bug you about this?